afternoon all. I hope everybody's okay and staying safe and staying warm. If you've got any weather like we have, I'm sure you can hear the wind. That's coming up off the beach. So I thought I would come on and share this card with you. Now, excuse me. While I was on stage, I was lucky to get speaking to a lovely lady, and her name is Julie Kindred, and she made these cards for people on stage. And you know me, I've talked about Spirelli before, even using the stitched edged framelits, and a sewing needle you can do Spirelli, but this was an easier form, okay? And this was the card that she gave me, and we were talking about Spirelli and, you know, this, that and the other and different things. So I thought I would make one, but I would put my own twist on it. So let's see what you think. So thank you, Julie, for that inspiration. This is my card. Now I've used the Swirls and Curls embossing folder, and I don't know whether the light's picking that up, but I've also spritzed it. Yeah, there you go. With the champagne ink. This one. Champagne mist. Okay, and I just put it in my spritz bottle and mixed it with just normal water. Now with the water it will settle to the bottom, so you do have to give it a good shake to mix it up. And I know it looks white, but honestly it's spritz as clear. So that's what I've done for my background. Now the wreath I've chose to do, okay, is this one. Okay, and how I got that was I used, first of all, I got my, let me just get a piece of scrap. Okay, I got my paper and I put in my small punch. Okay, so that punched me out a small circle, scallop circle. So then I took my bigger, and I think this is 2 inch. It hasn't got a size on it, but I'm sure it's 2 inch. And I put that in, and I sort of wiggled it about until I thought I'd got the centre. Okay. And that is how I got my wreath. Okay. So then, once you've got that, I will keep that because I'll use it on something else. Once you have that, you then get either baker's twine, which, to be honest with you, mine was too bulky to get double in each notch. Okay, so I used my copper thread. We do this in, I think we have silver, copper, we have rose, and we also used to have red and real red and emerald envy, which I've still got, but I think they're retired. So you keep it on the reel, okay, and what you're going to do is put a bit of sticky or a glue dot or whatever on the back of wherever you want to start, okay? And what you do is you go from notch, hang on, I'm going to have to put sticky on it for it to hold in place for me. Let me just get some sticky, and then I can show you properly. Right, so here's my piece of sticky. I'm going to stick this on for you. And you know, last night I received, through my Stampin' Up webpage, you can message me from there, and I received a lovely, lovely message off a lovely lady. She knows who she is. And it really lifted my spirits, and I was made up. So thank you so very, very much for taking the time and writing to me. It was lovely. Thank you. So you're going to go from one side. Now I've chose this one there, and you're going to go to the other side. Okay. Now you can go across the middle. There's nothing stopping you going across the middle. But I don't want to. I want to go just above. I hope the camera's picking that up. So I want to go just above my centre, and then I'm going to come to this next one up, but I'm going to cross it over and go to the next one down. Okay, so you come up on this side. Oh, we'll get that going again. Hang on. Okay, so you come up on this side and down on your opposite side. Can you see how it's crossing over? Okay, so you come up and down, and you keep going round, okay, until you have crossed them over twice. Once you get into the rhythm, you'll be flying. It's just getting started. Okay? So you're going to see these crisscrosses, they have to cross over twice on each one. Okay? So that is how you do your wreath until you get it looking like that. Okay? So that will become my wreath. So we're going to stick our base on first, and I'm going to use some hardcore glue because it is an embossed piece of card. So I'm just getting the gunk out the end. I'm using my hardcore glue. And the hands are just not helping me today. You want to see the waves out there. Absolutely gorgeous. Not that I'd like to be out in them now. We call them white horses. They look like, if you've ever seen, well, white isn't accurate because there are no white horses. They're called greys, grey something. But if you've ever seen one of them running and their mane is, you know, just floating about in the wind, that's what I and my grandchildren call the waves, white horses. So we're going to stick this down. Okay. So I'll just give that a press down. Now, I want to add that on before, so I'm just going to lift this at the bottom. I should have done this beforehand, but you know, Mel, I'm just going to put this, wrap this around the bottom, so I'm going to cut a bit off. This is just some ribbon I have had for donkey's years. We got it one celebration. Just want to wrap this around the bottom. Okay, so that's me on. And we're stuck down. Just let me bend that back a bit. Pull that ribbon down a bit. Okay. So we're going to put dimensionals, where's my tape, on the back. We're going to put dimensionals on the back of our wreath because we want that popped up. Okay, just stab them in the middle. Get that backing paper to lift. Okay, so we're going to put our wreath about there. Okay. Now I've gone ahead and I've cut a couple of ribbons out. I've cut that one out, that matches this on the bottom, but it looks a bit big, I think. I might use it on the bottom. I've cut that one out of the copper sheet, which will probably work, so I'm going to go with this one. Let me see. I'll use a bit of the edging. So I'm going to go with this one. Just lower this side down a tad. Okay, take the backing off. Okay, put that on there. And I do think that that is my own bow die. I am not entirely sure because we did get one, I think it was the Blended Seasons, that had a bow in, so it could be from that. I'm not entirely 100%. Now I use contraband ink because I wanted it all to be the same colour, so I did use my contraband ink, and I punched out another piece of the foil sheet, and I'm just going to offset it so that we can still see the copper foil sheet. Okay, so let me see. So I just thought it was a nice clean even simple card, and I just wanted to highlight the Spirelli part. Now obviously proper Spirelli is done with a needle and thread. Now we're just going to offset this a tad. If Mel's fingers will blimmin' work. That'll do, we can still see the copper. heavy duty glue because we don't want to give it too much lift. I'm going to stick that just there. Okay, now I can either stick my bow there, see if we can make it a bit smaller. I'll put that on there. I'll use a glue dot on the back. I'm going to cut that a little bit shorter. Okay, and I know that you're using gold and bronze. I have got some gold sticky doodads that will tie in nicely. Right. I know, here we go again. So I'm just going to place a couple random. Oops. Now I've got jumping ones. Okay. So there we go. There is our fake Spirelli Christmas card. So again, if you want to know how to do, you cut your scallop punch out, do your little one first and then centre your bigger one over it. Okay, where did I have my other one? With the tape on. Put a piece of tape on the back, put your thread into the tape where you want to start. Okay, so to start you're going to go from there. If you want to go over the hole, that's perfectly fine. I would sort of line it up in the middle, and to go over the hole you would go round the opposite way. Okay, and you would just carry on winding it until that whole centre, see, like that. You would come this way and then that way, so you would cross over the middle. Okay, so you would go this way and then that way, this way and that way until you covered the whole centre. Okay, so that's more or less what Julie has done with hers. She's covered the whole centre up and she's just gone round hers once. Okay, on mine what I done was I didn't want the middle to be done. Okay, so I put my tape on, stuck my thing in, and I went from, just pulled it off. Stick that back on. Okay, so I went from there, and I didn't want to cover my centre up, so I just took it the one above the centre. Okay, and I brought it over and then under, over and then under. Okay, and see how we're missing the centre? So you come over and then under, over and under, and you go round it twice so that every part of it, every inch of it is crossed over. Okay, and that's what you'll get. But you'll still have a clear centre. You can see all that shimmer now as well. Out. So there you go, and I hope you give that a go. It does take a little bit of time, but once you've got the hang of it, then you're flying. You know, you can knock quite a few out of them. Quite a few out in a matter of minutes, and then just start an assembly line to start putting them all together. So I hope you give that a go. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you ever so much for all your comments, all your support, all your encouragement. It's just brilliant. It's just overwhelming, and I love it, and I love you lot to pieces. So please take care and take care of each other, and I shall speak to you all soon. Bye.